Welcome everybody, thank you for choosing my video to chill out to, it's very much appreciated. Now I must say this story that I will be uploading, this actually did happen to me, it's 100% true, nothing false about it at all. I hope you will all enjoy. Thank you very much. This happened to me at a ghost hunt in Scotland. Now this happened a good few years ago. Thinking it's well over 10 years ago, so some details are a bit foggy. I will try my best to put down here what happened. One night I think I was on Facebook where I came across a ghost hunting experience in a jail here in Scotland. It was only a few hours drive from me, so I decided to book my place in this event. The event was in a place called Jedburgh, which is down in the lowlands of Scotland, not too far from the border between Scotland and England. The group that was arranging this I had not heard of before, so I decided to do some research about them. They had great reviews, and it seems like their ghost hunts, nothing is staged or set up. So it is allegedly a true experience, so yeah, I made a good choice. So I'm heading down to Jedburgh through the beautiful Scottish countryside, with great views and scenery during the road trip down to Jedburgh. I left at around 6 PM as the event started at 9 PM, thinking I would get down there in plenty of time. Me being me, I did arrive a bit late. I blame my sat-nav. I arrive and the place the ghost hunt is being set is pretty imposing. It was an old jail that has some very dark and brutal history. Jedburgh Jail. I'm sure it's been on plenty of these paranormal TV shows that pretend to be real. We all know they're as real as the Tooth Fairy. I park up in front of the jail where everyone else has parked up. I was the last to arrive, typical me. I was met with one of the team that was expecting me. He escorted me to the Great Hall where I needed to sign a book. It was a requirement of the owners of the building. Once this was completed, I was escorted into the Great Hall where everyone was waiting. There were quite a few people there for the ghost hunt, not including the ghost hunting team. There were people from all over the UK, which I was surprised about. I think there was maybe 7 or 8 members of the ghost hunting team, and of course the psychic, which I don't really believe in, but we'll roll with it. Before we started, the team explained that we are all going to be split up into 3 different groups as we explore the vast jail. Before we started, the psychic wanted to do a blessing to protect us as we investigate the jail. He asked if anyone didn't want to be part of the blessing, then we could leave the hall and wait outside until he completed the blessing. Me, being me, decided to head outside and wanted no part of the blessing. Was that a wise move? There was a table in the centre of the hall that was full of equipment we could use for the ghost hunt. The ghost hunt started as the group I was with entered the male wing of the jail. This part of the jail is meant to be extremely haunted. We go up a set of stairs slowly, as the stairs really did not look very safe at all. Once at the top of the stairs, we reached the male wing of the jail. It was very dark and looked unkempt, which adds to the atmosphere, I guess. There were many cells in this wing, with big, heavy iron-looking doors for the cells. To start off, we were asked if we wanted to do a Ouija board in one of the cells. I can't remember what cell it was. I piped up and volunteered to assist in the Ouija board session with a girl that was part of the group. We started the session clawing out if anyone was there. Yeah, I know, how original. Honestly, nothing really happened. Nothing moved. No one felt anything during the Ouija board session. We stopped the session as nothing was happening. A member of the ghost hunting team explained that he had been doing this for years, and honestly, nothing much happens on these hunts. He explained that he only seen a few things in his time doing the hunts, but he would not go into details as to what he has seen to make him stick around doing the hunts. I'm sure the money helps though. As we were the first group to enter the male wing, we were told that we could enter the cells and investigate if we wanted to. So I entered one of the cells and used one of the equipment provided. I think it was an EMF detector. I turned it on and honestly it picked nothing up at all. I wasn't too sure if I was using it right though, as I have no experience in such equipment. We spent a good hour in the male wing and found nothing at all. No noises, No movement, nothing. So we left to give another team a chance in the area to investigate. We headed back to the Great Hall where the psychic was. He had 1,000 rods in his hands and asked for a volunteer to assist in using these rods. A woman headed up to the psychic to assist. He explained how the 1,000 rods work. Now, I'm not too sure if I believe in the rods. If I'm honest, they look too easy to manipulate. The woman did actually get the rods to move after a little while. Looked interesting, but yeah, I wasn't still sold on the idea. During the session, the psychic asked if he could smell something sweet in the air, a smell of perfume that was filling up the hall. Many could smell this, but me having a very poor sense of smell, I could smell nothing. So, in reality, I couldn't verify if this was true or just the power of suggestion on the psychic's part. After this, we went for a break, helped ourselves to the food and juice provided. I will be honest, up to this point I was disappointed. Little did I know this would change later on in the investigation. After the break, we headed over to the women's wing of the jail to explore and investigate. We entered and headed up to the cells. There was another team there exploring at the same time, so we joined up with them to investigate. I asked to be locked into a cell for I think it was maybe 10 minutes. I was locked in, total darkness, could not see anything at all. I used the torch I had with me to try light the cell up in case I managed to trip and fall over something. I turned on the piece of equipment it gave me. This piece of equipment scanned radio signals in the area. I found nothing at all. I turned the device off and just sat in the cell in silence. A few minutes later, I turned the device back on again, but this time I did actually hear a voice from the device. I can't be sure of what the voice said, but it was there. Now, when I used it to start with, I had nothing. Now something came through, and that was a bit strange in my opinion. My time was up in the cell and I left only to find the group was doing an experiment in another cell. They had the cell door closed, but all I could hear was excitement and screaming coming from the cell. I couldn't enter the cell as there were too many people already inside. There was no room for me. Apparently there was a table in the cell and it was moving with the group in there. Was the voice I heard and this movement connected? I'm not too sure, but it was pretty interesting. It's a shame I never saw it with my own eyes. After all this happened, we had another break to kind of recover from all that happened in the women's wing of the jail. Everyone was pretty excited and scared at the same time. Some were too scared they actually left the site. It kind of affected them pretty badly. After a break, we were told that for the final hour we could go anywhere we wanted to explore, alone. So I decided to head back into the male's wing of the jail with my team for the last hour of this ghost hunt. We headed back there and were standing in the corridor where the cells were. Now this is the thing that actually scared me. This is no lie, but I heard a growl in my left ear. It was like someone I couldn't see came up to me and growled into my ear. Now this made me jump. I first thought I imagined it, until it happened once again. I looked around and no one was there. Now this freaked me out. I tried to find an explanation as to where the growl came from, but I couldn't figure it out. This still scares me, even today. Once the hunt was finished, I left the jail and on my way home I was almost in a car accident. Could something have latched on to me and caused this near accident? I don't know, but for sure it did kind of shake me up for quite a while. Hey everyone, if you like what I'm doing, why not subscribe to my channel? It costs nothing and it would help me out a great deal. Like, comment and subscribe my friends. Like, comment and subscribe. Let's continue with the rest of the video. Hope you enjoyed everybody, hope you enjoy. Look, there's more videos over here you can watch. Like, comment and subscribe. Like, comment and subscribe.